All right, 2014 GMC Acadia, 3.6 liter. This one is two-wheel drive, about 175,000 miles. The client had a complaint of it would drop out of gear, so we did notice that when it stopped, put it in, it was in drive, it would fall out of gear, to rev it up, it'd jerk into gear, and then it would come to stop, it'd do the same thing. The client said that they had an accident, and it started happening after the accident. They got hit from behind. We could not find any damage to the car that would indicate an accident, and didn't see any reason for an accident to cause the problems it was having. I guess they were trying to get insurance involved, but we couldn't corroborate their claims, so unfortunately that wasn't going to fly. So I believe that the 1, 2, 3, 4 piston is likely flattened out. Seen that in these high mileage units where the pistons just start to come apart, or they flatten out and no longer seal properly until you really get some pressure behind them, and then they'll kind of seal up. It did seem to work okay otherwise. Fluid doesn't smell too bad. Looks like it may have been changed at some point. Looks a little bit redder than you typically see these high mileage ones. And the client may have changed the fluid, hoping to fix the concern. That happens a lot. People will have a problem, and first thing you do is try and change the fluid, and I will say 9 times out of 10 it does not work. Once you got a problem in the unit, you got a problem, fluid won't help it. I think that comes from back in the day, those old hydraulic units. Those old hydraulic units, a little new fluid would fix her right up. But these days I very, very rarely see a fluid change fixing issues. I mean, it can happen, but it's rare. And with the cost of what the fluid they're putting in these things these days, it's kind of a big expense to change the fluid out. Alright, that's the computer unit with the solenoids. And this is a generation 2 because it has no pressure switches. Next is the valve body. Let's see if I can take this off without separating the upper and lower parts. There we go. So this is the pulse dampener body, this is the valve body, this is the lower valve body. This one over here. Let's see what these pulse dampeners look like. Typically This fat body has, need that goes back right there. Just hold on to you. I think it's got 6 pulse dampeners, I think. And they make a kit to ream the pulse dampeners out in these, also like 6L, the 8L90s. But this pulse dampener body from GM is only like $60, $60 or $70. So I don't even waste my time. $70 is not worth me spending an hour setting up and reaming all these, and including having to buy the new dampeners. So we'll just buy it from GM. Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's pretty obvious how worn that is. See the jiggle there? I mean, that it doesn't get more worn than that. That one too, back and forth, back and forth. So yeah, these are toast. They're trashed. Look at that. Just push them back and forth. Look at that one. Oh, jeez. I mean, you can see the space between the casting. I mean, it's amazing this thing was even working with how beat up these pulse dampers are. I mean, look at there should be no play in that. This thing's just wiggling back and forth like nobody's business. So that's junk. And its piston could be bad, or it could be these pulse dampers worn out. And then what happens is the pulse dampeners wear, and it's an adaptive transmission. So the transmission adapts, the computer adapts, it adapts for the wear. And then it gets to a point where it just cannot overcome the hydraulic leak in the circuit, and then you have falling out of gear, slipping, things going like that. And so that's what's crazy about these things, is sometimes they won't show any symptoms until it's too late. And people are like, oh, I can change the fluids. I can understand. This thing has been having problems for a long time. And once you feel something, it's done. There's no fixing it. The fluid's not going to fix that. Changing the fluid's not going to fix that huge leak in the hydraulic circuit. I know you see those, those hydraulic deficiencies these units have, and you're like, why should I even bother changing the fluid? Well, a lot of times, I mean, you can't prevent that wear from happening. It's going to happen regardless. But keeping clean fluid in the unit does give it a fighting chance, because the dirty fluid's going to hold contaminants. If you were to strain this fluid out, you've got microscopic particles floating around inside of it that's going through the casting. If you had nice clean fluid in there, you'd have better lubrication properties. I'm not even trying to say lubricity or whatever, but lubrication properties. And it would go farther to keep those bores happy and more lubricated and keep them from wearing out. Because that wear is like a fast slope. Once you hit the peak of it and it starts wearing a little bit, it's all downhill. And it goes downhill fast. The wear just kind of builds up on itself, and you can't stop it from happening. Only you can do is prevent it. So yes, changing the fluid, in my opinion, will help. It's not going to keep your unit from failing altogether. It's not going to stop the inevitable, but it's going to give it a fighting chance. Hopefully to give it a longer service life than not changing the fluid. This thing's awkward as hell. And now this one's got 175 on it. So, I mean, that's decent, but Could have been better, I suppose. Maybe it could have made it 250 before it had a problem, and then at 250 you could have said, hey, I'm going to get a new car. This thing's a little tricky here because it feeds through the cover. It's going to gently pull it through. Cover here. This is the one of these is the 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of these is the what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of these is the 2, 6. No, 2, 6 in the case. The 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch, and then the low and reverse clutch. I believe this is our 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch, so that should be this piston here. And this is our 3, 5 reverse clutch inside here, along with our 4, 5, 6 clutch. I don't feel any ring grooving in here. That's a good sign. 3, 5 reverse, 4, 5, 6. Some wear in that bushing there. You see there's no slipping going on the 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a little bit there. I lied. I just lied right to y'all's faces. So we do have some slipping on the 1, 2, 3, 4 clutch. Not a copious amount, but you know, any amount of slipping we don't want to see, of course. Cherry. This is kind of how I evolved to taking them apart. This one I can probably do blindfolded by now, but starting out, took it apart and kept it all together as I went through, cleaned it up, kind of kept it together, and then putting it back together, you kind of know where your things are at. But I could probably just toss all this in a pile and be fine because I've done so many of them. So this is the low reverse because it's splined into our one-way clutch. Gonna make me get the scribe out. planetary here. Now, these don't have planetary issues that I've seen. The later model, the Ford version, the 8-speed had problems, but the 6-speeds didn't really have planetary issues. Alright, one-way clutch. I have seen these one-way clutches break. This is our 2.6 clutch. Piston looks okay. So what happens is these lips will just kind of wear down. Oh no! Alright, let's pull these down. Alright, this one's a pain in the butt. Probably won't take this one. This is probably the affected clutch, but I may have to update the video after I get it out because it is not fun to take out. Not a good time, so I'll pull that out and look at it, and if there's an issue with it, I'll update it. If not, if you don't see it in the video, there wasn't a problem with it, it's probably an issue with the pulse dampeners. But if I make an update, show you this, then you'll know it's a piston problem. Oh, let's see. Ooh. Do you see what I see? 4, 5, 6s are burnt. I did not see that coming. That's interesting. I'm trying to think why that would affect forward engagement. I'll think on that one and get back to you. Alright, so in order to take these clutches out, you have to disassemble the pack from behind. And watch out for the squirting fluid. Transmissions are a very messy business. So this side of the room is usually pretty messy. I mean, I clean it up on occasion, but it just gets messy. It just stays messy. Gently want to pry. It's 3/5 reverse piston. And then once that's off, flip it around. Take that one out. See what happens is when you put it together, it pushes that snap ring past this lip here, keeps it in place, because these will pop out if you're not careful. Looks like I got some slipping on the 3.5 reverse as well. Tisk, tisk, tisk. So this thing was hurting in more than one area. Now I did take this loose, but these like to hold on for dear life sometimes. I've got them busted loose. Don't worry about that gasket, it gets replaced. And now down to the meat and potatoes. So you got your differential, it's front wheel drive, enclosed. So you got your ring and pinion basically. Call more of a transfer. This is the transfer gear. Well, that's right, the transfer gear is here. And then this will drive the rest of the gear set with that hubs put in there. And this will give power to the wheels. It's a beefy unit. Rarely see these things go down. Don't particularly see the bearings go bad in these very often. Got to take this up because there is a magnet under here that needs to be cleaned. And then our pump. Pump to touch. This is an off-axis chain-driven pump. This is the axis. This is off the axis. Filter, pump. Take that apart and check it out. Make sure it's not worn out. Have seen these pumps wear out more than I like. So that is a possibility. We got low line pressure. So I'll pull that apart and check it. Let's see if I have a minute to do that. Get this. Stator support, nothing special there. Chain for the change-driven pump. This goes into the converter. The converter goes into this, and it drives the chain. There's little bushings there. Dump the fluid. Let's see what we got in here. Turkey. All right, this is held together. Gotta kind of tap it apart. It may explode on us, so watch out for flying parts. Don't need to get real aggressive with it. See, told you to explode. Lucky for you, I know how this goes back together. But yeah, no, this looks okay. I've seen some of this. This is a certain. You can see this is like a got a bluing to it. That's a good rotor. This is the rotor. This is the slide. This is a good slide. It's got the bluing to it. If a slide looked like this inside there, like this color here, right here, that would tell me these vanes had eaten into the slide. But the surfaces look good. Yep, feels all right. Nothing too bad there. So yeah, pump's fine. So I'll get that piston out of there, but I'm gonna bet the valve body was the root cause of all these issues here, not the accident they were in, if they were in an accident. Just normal wear and tear on a unit like this with probably a very spotty service record. So we'll get all the new parts for it, valve body order from the dealer, get all the stuff going, new converter, and then I'll get it cleaned up and get it back together. So yeah, thanks for watching.